So with Juventus winning yesterday 1-0 against Lazio in the quarterfinals of the Coppa Italia, a lot of people were talking about Kostic's assist or how good that Bremer goal was, but not a lot of people are talking about how good that Locatelli performance was. I mean, 70 touches, 45 of 51 successful passes, 5 out of 7 successful long balls, 6 recoveries, 5 passes into the final third, 4 blocks, 3 interceptions, 2 clearances, and a chance created. I mean, if you watch that match, you can see that Locatelli was all over the field. He was playing flicks and tricks, creating amazing passes, amazing through balls like the one for Keane that he almost scored. I mean, he was absolutely amazing, and this match yesterday made me realize how underappreciated Locatelli really is in the Juventus community, because a lot of people tend to forget when he first came in that 21-22 season, we desperately needed him in our midfield. We had the midfield of Arthur, who was absolutely useless, a Bentancur who respectfully, he was not the Bentancur of old. He had a very, very bad 2021 season, and going into that season with Allegri, he was playing very poorly. We had Ramsey, who could barely play 2 matches in a row. We had McKennie, who was played a lot of the times out of position on the wing. And Locatelli seemed like the glue in that midfield because he had basically everything. He had technical ability, he could play in front of the defense, he had vision, he had almost everything we really needed. And at the time, we really needed a regista, considering that at that point, Bentancur was playing the position. And even though the regista role isn't Locatelli's natural position, he's more of a double pivot midfielder or a box-to-box. He took on that role quite well and really helped us out that season. But this season, he has had a lot of inconsistencies, which is probably the reason why a lot of the fan base are kind of underappreciating him, especially as of late. A lot of people are saying let's start Paredes because at least Paredes is a proper regista, and I get the point, but I feel like if we are going to play Paredes, we do have to play Locatelli too, at least play Locatelli as a box-to-box. And I mean, just look at the matches that Paredes has started. Let's look at recent matches, like the Monza match they started. That was one of the worst performances of the season. I mean, if you look at that second goal, Paredes wasn't even tracking back properly, and it makes sense, you know, Paredes is here only for what, half a season now. He's only on loan. We're not going to activate an option to buy. I don't think there even was one. I think there was an obligation due to certain conditions, and one of them was qualifying for the Champions League knockouts, I think, which obviously that didn't happen, so we're not going to be signing him regardless. And you know, players like him, they don't really give their heart and soul to the club like a player like Locatelli does. And that's also another thing about Locatelli. Not only does he have all this technical ability and vision, he also fights for the club. I mean, just look at his performances on the pitch. He's always giving 100%, always giving his all to Juventus. And really, when you see that midfield without Locatelli, it looks very disorganized. And you can see that even the season prior to Locatelli joining us, that 2021 season under Pirlo, we were playing Bentancur as a regista, playing Rabiot with Bentancur and a double pivot. It didn't really make much sense, and they weren't really combining with each other. And when Locatelli came in, it seemed like the midfield got 10 times better. McKennie was playing better. Arthur at times was showing promise. Even Bentancur, before being sold, was showing signs of improving. And that's why, in my opinion, Locatelli is one of the most crucial players for Juventus. I think him and Chiesa, they're up there. Even Bremer and Danilo in defense, because like I said before, he's kind of the glue of the midfield, and without him, the midfield doesn't really work. And although a lot of people don't really like him playing as a regista, at the very moment, there is no other option. Despite the fact he's not a natural regista, he plays that role so well that we really can't put any other player there. As I said, we saw what happened when we put Paredes in there. Fagioli and Miretti, despite the fact they can indeed play that role, they aren't really suited for that role as much as Locatelli is. So yeah, this video is more to, you know, appreciate Locatelli and how good he's been since he has arrived at Juventus. Sure, he has had his inconsistencies, but let's be honest, the entire team has been inconsistent. We went on an 8-match winning streak and then lost 5-1 to Napoli. I mean, if that doesn't scream inconsistency, I don't know what does. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about Locatelli and how good he's been recently. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, share, subscribe, more of this kind of content, and I'll see you in the next one.